Hi everybody, how's everyone going? Hi Kritika, Dasha, Disha, Ashish. Maybe I should just turn the camera around for a minute. Say hi to everybody. We're gonna do an all signs. Ooh, my eyes look super dark. We're gonna do an all signs tonight. Today it's tonight where I am. Obviously, I'm in a different part of the world, and it's morning or where you are. So good morning, happy Saturday morning. Maybe I'll keep it like this. I have some information here, so if I keep looking down, it's because I'm reading my info. Um, right, where do we begin? There's a lot going on in February. There's a lot of the astrology is insane. I have put in the post section of my channel a video about this Saturn Neptune transit in, I always get this wrong, in Pisces. No, 0 degrees of Aries. I'm going mad. Okay, so Saturn Neptune, 0 degrees. Hi AML. In Pisces. Hi Danny. Hi, anyone there? I'm here now. I usually put it on like when I'm doing a video like this. I'll put it on, if you know me, like 10 minutes before or something, 5 minutes before, to get a bit of what's the word? Not excitement. To get people sort of like wanting to know what's going on. All right, now I was watching Soul Revolution Tarot. She's amazing, by the way. Go watch her. She puts dailies out. You've probably seen her videos on YouTube because she's always like putting dailies out. Unfortunately, I don't have time to do that. But I like to go live with you guys because I like to read the chat. Anyway, she was saying that YouTube has sort of stopped a lot of the algorithm for spiritual stuff, which I find super interesting with what's going on right now. And the algorithm has slowed right down for her readings, for her videos, and she has a huge following, and she's noticed the difference. So I don't know if this video is going to reach a lot of people, but I will put like the signs in the timestamps below because I do want to go through sort of all signs and when I'm doing that I'm going to put the camera to the cards because I'll just like distract myself by going, oh, my hair's not right or something. So that's me. So we are going to be talking about first of all, apart from obviously the transit, I have all my ducks in a row. I hope you do. Okay. I've watched all 3 videos too. Oh, thank you. Watch all three. I have to. Oh, I see what you mean, Cancer Ascendant. So I am, for those who want to know, I'm a Virgo Sun and a Capricorn Rising. Scorpio Moon, look out. Brussels sprout. Queen's just emailed me. It's supposed to be 2 of the coldest days of this winter. I'll definitely be in the house. I'll see you on the live. So my moderator's possibly coming on. Anyway, so yeah, I could just sit here and talk to you guys all day or all night, actually nighttime. I live in Indonesia, so in Bali. I've been here 15 years. For those of you who know me, or if you don't, that's a bit of my backstory. So right now we're going to be looking at this Saturn-Neptune transit in 0 degrees of Aries is happening on the 20th, the 19th, 20th, depending upon where you live in the world. And 2 days before that we have, which is what I want to touch on today, is the eclipse in Aquarius on the new moon. And it's also a solar eclipse. Now, I'm not an expert on eclipses, like, to be honest, but I energetically understand and spiritually understand what they mean. So we're going to be looking at these 2 events, the new moon and the eclipse, and I want you guys to total solar reset. Yeah, and it's actually the 20th is the big day. It's the Saturn-Neptune conjunction in Aries at 0 degrees, which hasn't happened for, some people say 6,000 years. I've seen some videos at 14,000 years, but go ahead and check out all the videos online in regards to that. We'll be doing a completely different live when it comes to that, and I'll be doing that probably a couple of times on that day, and possibly a live meditation. We'll see how we go. But the 17th of February is that new moon in Aquarius and the solar eclipse, same day. We also have Chinese New Year starting, I'm pretty sure, on the same day. And we also have something else going on. There's a few different things happening on the 17th. I think I actually, hold on a second, I wrote it down. We have a solar eclipse in Aquarius, so that's new moon and eclipse, same day. Venus also conjuncts with the North Node in Pisces on that same day, which is going to be super interesting. I don't want to talk about the Venus conjunct today though. And then you've got Sun entering Pisces on the 18th, and then on the 19th, 20th, we've got that big day, that Saturn, Uranus, Neptune at 0 degrees in Aries. So today we're going to be looking at eclipse energy, and which is like a bit of a paradox because it's an eclipse and a new moon on the same day. So I'm like, well, do we manifest or do we release? Like, what do we do? And I think it's a bit like the birthing process for, when actual giving birth, where you're releasing, but you're bringing in a new thing, and it happens at once. So it happens at the same time. So I sort of liken it to something like that. All right, it's going to be wild. It is going to be wild. I want you guys to tell me what energy you're feeling right now, because I'm starting to feel eclipse energy. It is, I'm starting to feel something is going to happening, or something is about to happen. So I mean, it could be literally, it could be like something globally, it could be something seismically. That's also come out a lot in predictions and prophecies online. So I want you guys to tell me what you're personally feeling. Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling excited? Are you feeling like I do, like something's about to sort of like happen? Spiritual elevation. Yeah, hi, my moderator's on. Hi, Queen. Athena, my name's Athena, but we call her Queen. I did see your email, Queen. Yeah, so what was I talking about? I just got distracted. I'm going to move the camera to the cards, and we're going to do a general while I'm talking about what this actually means, like what this transit means, right? For this new moon in Aquarius, while I'm doing a card shuffle, and whatever falls out, falls out. So we're just going to have a quick overview of what it's all about. Then we're going to go through these signs, and we're going to do like timestamp signs. I'll put the timestamps in the pinned comment below after the live. Okay, so this new moon is a solar eclipse. Right, and it's on February the 17th in the sign of Aquarius. So it's going to be the first in a Leo Aquarius set. It will be for up to 6 months, and then there's also another eclipse on the 3rd of March, right? So after the actual date of the eclipse, you'll feel this for 6 months. So it's in the sign of Aquarius, and this is all about friendships. It's all about our friendships, fellowships, our group activities, what we do on a social level, projects, trying something new, anything to do with volunteering or anything humanitarian, joining a group. I actually thought about joining an online astrology group as I'm learning astrology, and this new moon eclipse may really challenge these matters, okay, of friendship. So you may have like some issues with people around you in friendship groups, especially with people that are unconscious. I don't mean literally unconscious, you know what I'm talking about, on a spiritual level. And it may present some opportunity though for new beginnings, okay? So long-term changes here in the works for that 6 months. Like I said, it's going to be felt for 6 months. So it occurs at 28 degrees and 50 minutes of Aquarius. And a similar solar eclipse actually occurred in 2018 in February. So I want you to look back, if you can, remember, at 2018, and we have the sign of Aquarius here with the King of Swords. look and see what was happening in regards to, if you can remember, your friends or your friendships or groups or anything that was going on, even family, platonic, or even into the romantic sector, because, you know, groups and fellowships and, you know, are also within romance. And see what happened if you can. And also 1999 and way back 1980, right? So it can highlight and challenge issues surrounding social connections, where we stand in society, our friendships, alliances, and we might take some steps towards improving these areas, hopefully, okay? And circumstances may encourage us to see where we've been true to our authentic selves around our friends, around groups, anything to do with groups, even in the work sector. So we're basically in a position to understand that changes or endings are necessary for our own growth. So you may have had a friend for like a long time, and all of a sudden they're coming in saying, here's another Aquarian energy, Knight of Swords, King of Swords. They may be coming in, you know, with something, information. It could be to do with solving a problem that requires thinking outside the box. So this is coming up in the cards. Let's see what this Knight of Swords is bringing. So it's about looking to the future, right, with positive and hopeful vision. And frequently around this time needing to really like brainstorm. So we're using that air element and possibly, you know, socializing. So socializing is going to be good. Don't go and hermitize yourself, right? You could also be extending a helping hand or support to someone, especially platonic love, okay? And it's time to give, however, our emotions and a little bit of a break, right? We need to be a little bit more objective here and use our sort of like words and our thoughts and our speech, right? And detach like past issues that may have happened. Another Swords energy. Okay, so we may learn something from someone or ourselves in this time, that, you know, we need to sort of like maybe look at our experiences with others and, you know, make something new within that. Make, you know, say if you've never been someone who forgives, right, or you found it hard, this is like going, right, okay, you know, it's like revamping something about your friendships, right? So this cycle really encourages us to reach out to people in our social circle, in our community, friends we haven't seen for a long time, recognizing the value of our friendships. 10 of Wands. Okay, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so it's a really powerful time to evaluate our happiness and goals, our alliances here in regards to our friends. And this new moon actually clashes with Uranus, right? So it can bring a bit of rebellious, impulsive, abrupt and energy. So be very, very careful where we're shooting ourselves in the foot, any self-destructive behavior tendencies. There's that Tower energy as I'm talking about that, okay? So, you know, we may go up against our best interest. Don't self-sabotage by rushing into, you know, too quickly. Remember that Uranus is there. It clashes with this energy of Aquarius. And so what else do we have on that? It's very close to this alignment in Aries. So it's going to really magnify things and people that are around you. You may feel very insecure at this time, right? But then very quickly you're going to feel a sense of security. So it's very polar, like the polar aspects of it are very, very sort of like close together but very far apart, if that makes sense. So it will like literally happen. One morning you may wake up and think, oh, F that person, you know, and then the next day you're forgiving them. And so it's very up and down energy. Okay, it's very powerful energy because of this transit so close. So, you know, there may be seeing flaws in systems in our life, even globally, around the time of this eclipse, prompting us to like redo or fresh start. Something could end in order for something else to start, just like that birthing process I was talking to you about. So, you know, basically we're going to look at each sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We'll do earth signs first. Let's see the cards that came out. So we have a couple of very young energies here. This could be children in your life. So any platonic family relationships you have with young people, it's very important to use that. You know, Venus is going into Pisces on the 10th, just a week before this eclipse. So it's really important to like be kind, compassionate, be understanding that, you know, if someone says something that they shouldn't, or something immature, or, you know, has a fight with you, example, and this is generally, but, you know, for everybody, this is not for any particular sign, that there's some sort of like leeway that you're going to have to give them. Perhaps they don't understand what's going on energetically, okay? You also have this Hangman, this Pisces energy. You could be feeling this. I mean, we've just had Mercury entering Pisces, and we've had Venus entering Pisces on the 10th, no, next week, I think it's on Monday. So there's a lot going on with Pisces energy here as well. We also have another card of Pisces. You may feel super overburdened right now. I do feel like the masculines in your life, whether they're father figures, I think they've got a good handle on this. All right, for some of you, for some of you watching, you could get some information from them, or they could act like a mentor or something like that, okay? And then we have the Two of Swords. So, you know, the Two of Swords always says to me, don't make any decisions right now, okay? And possibly needing to go through some healing with someone that's saying something or said something, you know, that you're like, why did they say that, or why did they do that? It may not be you that needs to be sort of like, be careful. It may be other people, but like I said, if they're not conscious of what they're doing and they're not aware of the transits, but you're aware, okay? So it's important that you are aware of what's going on. It's important that, you know, knowing that this too shall pass. I think the big focus is on this big cosmic reset on the 20th, but we can't like go past an eclipse without going, right, what do I want to release? Don't make any emotional decisions though. There's an island behind her here, or him, that they want to get to, okay, and they're just not sure how to. They know their vision, but they don't know how to carry something out. So this may be you. We have the Tower. The Tower energy, there could be a lot of disruption in friendships, or even family members, especially children. I'm going to say, just watch out for your kids. And, you know, I'm not like predicting anything bad at all. I'm just saying, like, watch out that, you know, if they say something, that if they're not hurt by it, or if they are the one that says something to another, that they sort of like, you know, they may regret something. So you may have to be there for other people. Obviously yourself, this is a need to say, I want to get rid of that, but I want to bring that in. So it's important with this eclipse being a new moon as well, is that if you're going to like release something on this new moon, you need to know what you're going to replace it with, right? And that's super, super important, right? If you're eclipsing something out, know what you're going to replace it with. And I'm not talking about a person. Say if you go like, yeah, it's dead, done and over with, it doesn't mean to say you have to go and meet someone else straight away either. What I mean is like something like a habit that you want to break. So say if you want to stop overeating, and this is not pointed at anyone, so don't like start please in the comments. This is just an example. It can be anything. You could be going to the gym too much. Okay, let's do that one, right? You're going to the gym too much and you're like, I'm just overworking myself, and I'm spending nearly every night at the gym. I don't need to do this. This is not how I need to proceed. So then, or you're not enjoying going to the gym and going on the treadmill, whatever. So then you're releasing that, but you're changing it out with something just as equally beneficial for you, okay? But just in a different way. And that's how I want you to see this eclipse, new moon, okay? So we're just going to go through the signs. We're not going to spend like a huge amount of time. If you're sun or rising, mainly watch your rising. Let's have a look and see what's here. I'm going to use my little ducky to put these cards. So I'm going to put a main energy for Virgo. I need to write this stuff down. Okay, so Virgo, we're going to do 29 minutes for Virgo. Virgo sun or mainly rising. Let's see what's here for you. Okay, Virgo. I'm almost scared to turn this over. I'm a solar Virgo, but we'll see. Okay. Boundaries in the reverse. Okay. So Virgo, at this time, you may want to look at what, you know, this, oh, here we go with the dogs. You know, when I go live, it's just, live is live, right? So in the upright, this is about setting boundaries. You may need to tear some boundaries down, okay? Maybe you've set the boundaries on yourself too high. Maybe you've been too disciplined with something you're doing and not left enough room, Virgo, for fun. So it's important at this time that you just bend a little, whether it's about yourself or another person. Someone may also be crossing your boundaries at this time, but you know, obviously you're not going to deal with that. Hi Joe. Okay, so Virgo Suns, we've just started, Joe, everyone, and we're doing the earth signs first. I will be doing Taurus next and then Capricorn. Okay, so you know, don't hold too much. I'm not going to say don't hold something in too much, like too high esteem, but don't expect it. Something about expectations and needing to be a bit lax here with others, not expecting other people to be like you, Virgo. All right, you know, we try and be perfectionists, right? But there's something here about like not overdoing something or over expecting something about, especially for somebody else. Okay. We have the Chariot, so Virgo, Sun or Rising, you are definitely moving in the right direction. There's something about also, though, drawing a straight line in the sun, Spirit saying, okay, July is going to be possibly very significant. You have the card of Libra, you have the card of Cancer. Let's bring another one out here. All right. Wow, Ten of Pentacles. This is so nice, okay. You're being very careful that you are, I'm going to say being there for others, but remaining super, super balanced at this time. It's actually, this is looking like a really nice eclipse for you, Virgo, okay? Especially with this Ten of Pentacles there. Let's clarify this. Okay, you're definitely releasing, more so possibly than bringing in on this eclipse new moon. So there's something here about releasing. Sagittarius energy, being very patient, the angel of divine timing, more balance. So this is really nice. Anything that you can do, Virgo, especially for your mental or your emotional balance, is going to work out. Then, you know, this, you're going to breeze through this eclipse basically and new moon. So you could be manifesting finances or security in some sort of way. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. I like that very, very much. You have 2 tens, closing out some sort of cycle. What you're bringing in is finances. It's lucrative, it's money, it's wealth, it's material, it's tangible. So I actually think seeing these cards, it's a really good vibe here for you for this new moon. Let's move to Taurus. We're going to do 30 minutes, 32 minutes and 30 seconds for Taurus. Okay, Taurus, I will put this, obviously, pin in the comments the times. 32 minutes and 30 seconds for Taurus. Let's have a look and see, Taurus, how this new moon eclipse is going to treat you. So like I said in the general, which I'll put the timestamps on later, there is like an element of release and newness at exactly the same time because it's a new moon eclipse. We have integrity, the number 42, so you have the integrity card. It came out in the reverse. Now don't worry, this is not a bad thing. Perhaps you have given a lot of integrity and loyalty to people. You know, this new moon is all about friendships. It's all about platonic people in your life, family, friends, people at work, okay? I think, Taurus, you've overgiven. Things have been super out of balance here, okay? Really, really out of balance. Let's have a look and see what's here for you, Taurus. You have the Star, the Justice card in the reverse, the Temperance card in reverse, right? So and then you have the Fool, right? So you're releasing. So, oh, this is interesting because Spirit's sort of like leaning me towards more like, what is Taurus doing, or what is Virgo doing, or whatever, moving through the signs. Are they releasing, or they're bringing the new? And for a lot of us, we are releasing and replacing with something new immediately. For you, Taurus, it is definitely a release. You're definitely looking at people in your life who haven't been loyal, who haven't had integrity towards you, and you're like, I am not going to stop these people or these situations from dampening down my own vision and what I want to work towards, because things have been unfair, things are unjust, things have been super unfair. Okay, and then you've got the Temperance card in the reverse, which is like, things haven't happened for me in the right time. Be careful of like woe is me energy here, or any victim mentality, especially with the Justice in the reverse and Temperance. Like, I don't want you sitting there, Taurus, and being like, this isn't fair, things haven't happened in time, you know, people have been like this to me. So going through like a barrage of you know, sort of complaints in your own mind. Okay, it's really important to embrace this. I think the Fool with this Aries and 0 degrees, and it is the Fool, and it is 0 degrees, and it is all about Aries on the 20th of February, and that is the date that, you know, everyone's looking at. You've got this, you know, imagining what you want to bring in. Like, it's definitely putting, like, a lot of issues have been about others, and you're being able to put it behind you, but there's a need to replace it here with something, even to journal, or to sort of say to yourself, no, I'm going to bring this in for myself. And yeah, look at that, the Magician. So this is really, really good, and like create some sort of plan of attack of where I'm going or what I'm doing next. But there is questions, and there is decisions and choices with that. But don't overburden yourself right now, Taurus, with making those choices or decisions. It's more like making some sort of plan, not actually doing anything. But the Magician is also, you know, it's the year of one. So whatever you want to imagine with that star energy, it's about not necessarily thinking how you're going to bring it in, but just starting to imagine what you want out of your life, Taurus. Okay, that was your reading. At 36 minutes and 30 seconds, we're going to do Capricorn and Capricorn rising. So I'm excited about this. I hope it's good. My Virgo Sun one was pretty good. Okay, 36 minutes, 30 seconds. We've got Capricorn energy coming through. Let's see what Spirit wants to bring forward to you. Thank you, Joe. Okay. For this new moon in Aquarius, paired with the eclipse, releasing and bringing in at the same time. Okay. Creativity just wanted to come out, but popped back in. We've got two cards. I'm going to use the first one that came out, Love. Beautiful, right? There is, I mean, this is all about, like we just talked about in the general, is all about friendships, platonic, family, friends, and work colleagues. You've got love here. It breaks down to a 10. Oh, so Virgo. Not Virgo, Capricorn. You could have Virgo in your chart, but this is about thinking about who you really care for on a platonic level. I'm not talking about romantic love here. This is on a platonic level. Who is it that really is there for you, who loves you, baby? Okay, I want to say that, Capricorn, who loves you, baby? All right. Thank you, Queen. I will be putting them in the comments, in the pinned comments later. The moon is here in the reverse, Capricorn. What else do we have? So we have that new moon eclipse in the reverse. We also have Sagittarius in the reverse, Pisces in reverse. I don't feel it's bothering you. Something is not bothering you, okay? I do feel that there's things around you that you possibly are starting to see, possibly about a Sagittarius. Okay, we'll keep going with this. I do feel there's still some healing for you to do, Capricorn. There's still some, like, there's some emotional disappointment or imbalance here with people around you. You're releasing. So you are releasing the moon and the temperance card in the reverse. Something that you couldn't see before is now coming to light, and it's the time it needed to happen at this time. Because the angel of divine timing in the upright is patience and planning, and in the reverse it's like, especially with the moon in reverse, it's like it's time to release whatever this is. It could be a person. Let's see who it could possibly be for you, Capricorn. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, the Justice in the reverse, the Emperor in the reverse, some sort of control issues and not putting yourself first. There's the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck in the upright, like it's time something happened where you released other people's control, whether especially in the workplace, like starting to speak up more. You may not be emotionally invested in the workplace, I'm getting, so that you're finding something else that is going to like keep you interested with the Seven of Pentacles. You could be planning a lot in regards to your career, what you want that to look like, where you want to be like in the next 5 years, let's say 5 years. I'm getting 4 years here. But the Justice, something could have been very unfair with possibly a masculine in your life here, or some sort of external influence, and you thought something wasn't fair, so it didn't emotionally satisfy you. This could also be going on in your life right now, okay? There could be a King of Swords here involved, Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, some sort of conflict with this person, a contract that has been broken, possibly previously, someone who is not a good person. Someone may be coming back around from the past, offering you something, especially within a work scenario. I don't really want to talk about exes or love here, because this new moon in Aquarius is all about platonic friendships. So I just would be very, very careful. Someone coming in to try and offer you something that is not going to be for you, like a platonic interest. Very much so looking at who cares for you right now and who doesn't, Capricorn. Okay, and that's going to be very clear for you. Let's look at 41 minutes. We're going to do Scorpio at 41 minutes. Let's see what's here for you, Scorpio. Okay. Let's see, for this new moon eclipse energy in Aquarius on the 17th, 18th of February. Wow, we have worth. It came out in the reverse. This is you, whether you're masculine or feminine. This is knowing your worth. Very Taurus, Libra energy, very Empress energy, okay? This came out in the reverse. It's interesting, all the reversals, and we're talking about releasing. Who in your platonic friendships, family, or work scenarios, you know, groups, has not been treating you with respect, or treating you the way you're worth treating, okay? So that's coming through here, Scorpio, for you. I knew this was going to be a little bit of a hard reading today, okay? This is coming to light, or you're having some sort of, yeah, okay, I'm not dealing with that person anymore, okay? They're not worthy of me, or time, or attention. Okay, oh, yeah, be careful with your POA as well. We got the Page of Pentacles here. You could be really refocusing this time on learning something new. You could be thinking definitely about your plans. Travel and finances are coming up. Like, you could be thinking about your future plans. It's almost like you're distracting yourself from these people, what's going on around you. You're focusing back on yourself. You know, to be by yourself, I do feel be quite good for you at this time, all right? Very spiritual energy here for you. Meditation, prayer, tapping into your higher self, talking to your guides. I mean, we all need to do that around this time, but Scorpio, I think you've really got it together here. You're sort of like turning your back on others here, okay? There could be a Libra in your life. You're looking at fairness. You're looking at conflicts you've had with people. You're changing. You're possibly wanting to do some like learning about self-help, or watching self-help videos, or, you know, how to be the best version of yourself type of thing, okay? And you've got the Four of Pentacles in the uprights. I think the Four of Pentacles has come out in nearly every reading. You're manifesting in more than releasing here, Scorpio, okay? You're being positive of mind. You're saying, okay, that was then, this is now. I'm going to decide to possibly travel or make new friends or make spiritual friends. You've got the High Priestess here, remember, okay? You know, as long as I'm doing the right thing, it doesn't really like, it's not really affecting me how these people, so I don't really feel that possibly it's affecting Scorpios as much. They're trying to remain positive and happy. This is a very, very happy card with the Four of Wands, remaining stable, grounded, feeling secure in oneself and safe and solid here. And the Magician, yeah, you're creating, so you're bringing in more than you're releasing, okay, at this new moon in Aquarius, eclipse as well, okay? Let's have a look. It's really nice. Okay, we're going to go 44 minutes and 30 seconds for Pisces. 44 minutes and 30 seconds for the sign of Pisces. Okay, let's have a look and see, Pisces. What is this new moon eclipse in Aquarius on the 17th of February bringing for you? In regards to friends, yeah, I mean, Virgo got this energy. You could be dealing with a Virgo, Pisces, but this is like, perhaps in the past you, or right now, you're not setting boundaries, or you've set too many boundaries. You've been a bit too disciplined with yourself or others. It is a time to like soften those boundaries, be more compassionate. Possibly you are Pisces, right? So you're used to that, and Venus is going to enter into your sign, or, you know, depends when you're watching this video, the 10th of February. You are highly protected, okay? You may feel this being in the reverse, though, that you're not protected at this time. Maybe you want to like have more spiritual protection, or just be reminded that you need to you know, protect your energy more. Even protection rituals or prayers will be very good for you around this time, okay? You may feel a little imbalance with others, or just not want to be in other people's company. Pisces is a very social sign, actually. My son's a Pisces. He's super social, but they're also very pensive, so they can go inward when they want to. I think this might be one of those times, Pisces, okay? You got the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. And what is happening for Pisces? New moon eclipse, Two of Swords. So you are moving towards some sort of emotional decision you feel you have to make, but you don't have to make it, Pisces, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. Remember, boundaries in the reverse here, needing to like slacken the boundaries a little bit, even with how disciplined you are with yourself in certain things. If it's an emotional decision you have to make, you don't make it at this time. Be very careful with your words. Watch your words, Pisces. You have the Five of Swords here. Just know that if you have conflict, especially with any platonic friends, family members, or work colleagues, no one's going to win here. Right? There's no winning here. For anyone in that situation, especially if someone wants you to make a decision, or if you make a decision too early, Pisces, and then tell it to the world or tell it to certain people, they're not going to be very happy with you, okay? So just be careful, you know, like I said, be good to survive. I'm seeing Hermit energy. We have the Ace of Pentacles, so a new opportunity. With you elevating and moving forward, making some sort of decision, maybe you are making a decision, just know that not everyone's going to be happy about your decision or even agree with you. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, right? So this is a new doorway opening up. This is new opportunities coming in for you, possibly new work, I'm getting relocation. There could be more money coming in with this new moon as well. Six of Pentacles. And the World, yeah, there's a new opportunity, travel as well, and there's Pisces in the reverse. I think Pisces, you're seeing things from lots of different angles, and other people's opinions as well from a different viewpoint, because it is all about others and those platonic friendships you have around you, okay? I feel there's some sort of new opportunity. You may be even like supporting somebody else as well at this time, okay? Money coming in as well, Pisces. I do feel there's like an up or an increase of finances for some reason. Cancer, let's have a look at your reading at 48 minutes and 30 seconds. And we've done 6 signs and we've got 6 to go. We're halfway there, okay? Let's have a look. Cancer energy, what's here for Cancer for the new moon eclipse? Sun and rising signs. Let's have a look. Okay, oh, these 2 cards really want to come out. Okay, alignment's very important. I'm just going to say getting aligned, like a full body chakra meditation would be very good. Opening your chakras, your base through to your crown, aligning, feeling spiritually aligned. Perhaps you're feeling very spiritually aligned, right? There's something about stillness here and integration. Perhaps you're spending a lot of time alone to do some sort of spiritual practice, Cancer. Perhaps you're having dreams as well. They could be emotional dreams. They could, you know, just know that if you have dreams at this time, they're definitely for a reason, okay? There's something in those dreams there for you. There's something about your higher self. It wouldn't be surprised, I would not be surprised if we got the High Priestess, Magician energy. There is an emotional release is required here, right? Whatever you've been worried, concerned about has been playing on your mind, what you've been anxious about, that may be coming up, Cancer, around this time. Let's have a look and see. You may want to reach out to someone, or someone may be reaching out to you. This could be a family member as well. Oh, I just heard thunder. I heard thunder for you, Cancer. Okay, interesting. So interesting. Sorry about that. I just had to cover that. Yeah, someone could be reaching out to you. You could be like, no, I'm not interested. You could be the one reaching out, asking for someone for forgiveness, or saying, I forgive you. This could work both ways. So it's quite emotional. I do feel you're wanting to forgive someone. It could be a female in your life, Cancer. This is also your energy. There's something here about, if someone reaches out to you, you know, the Queen of Cups is the one with the closed cup of love. Remember, it's not platonic, it's not romantic, it's friendship, platonic, family, or workmates. Okay, I do feel with you here, it's family. Just know it maybe took a lot for this person to reach out, or it took a lot for you to reach out to this person. Magician, I'm going to have that up in the upright. We want that in the upright. I think you're going through a little bit of both here. You're healing and walking away from past experiences, the whole past, like, I want to say 18 years for somebody. That's just coming through, okay? 18 years, okay? This is eclipse energy. I think by this eclipse, you'll know exactly what it is you want, possibly out of your relationship with this person, okay? Thunder again. So there could be some issues here. I think you've gone through a lot of healing in regards to this situation, and you're ready to either walk away or walk towards them, okay? And you're not worried about this anymore. You sort of want this relationship to be the way it was, or you're very clear with yourself that you want to reconnect here with someone. How interesting. Okay, let's put the cards away. The next we're going to do Sagittarius. Saggies. Okay, Sagittarius. Let's have a look. 52 minutes, Sagittarius. Let's see what's here for you. For the new moon eclipse on the 17th of February, 17th, 18th of February, depending upon where you are. I think it's going to be the 18th for me, because I'm 12 hours ahead of you guys, but it may even be on the same day. All right, I think it may be like, well, for the US and Australia, I think it's the same day. Okay, you have the now energy in the reverse, seizing the moment now, and you're stalling on something here, right? The now energy is present moment. Just be very careful with your anger, Sagittarius, here, because you may not want to see something for what it is at that particular present moment. You may be like, blah, okay? So be very careful. The Tower, wow, the Tower is on the split here, okay? So be very careful with your anger, be very careful with what you say. Remember to keep things light, I'm hearing. Keep mentally balanced, work on that third eye, and especially your throat chakra, Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see what's here. Yeah, look at that, Queen of Swords. You may be saying something to someone and be very firm with this. You may be, it may be your sister, your brother, maybe like you may be the matriarch of the family. You may be saying this to the whole family. You may be like putting your foot down here about something. You're not wanting to, or maybe you are seizing the moment to say whatever it is you have to say here, Sagittarius. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, be careful. Take it slowly. Think before you speak, Sag, around this time, okay? I think it's the way you say it here, Sag, all right? It could bring about an opportunity, which is the Ace of Wands, and a lot of growth. And, you know, it's like saying to someone, you need to sort of like, you can't live here if you're not going to like, you know, pull your weight, you know, help clean up, pay some money towards the electricity and things like that. It's not like, you never, you know, it's like, it's having it. You could have a fight about it, or you can go about it in a way where you're going to benefit from it, okay, and that person is going to understand. So it's that type of energy here, all right? Let's have a look and see what else we have. So it's how you go about this new moon eclipse with your family members, especially at this time if you have something to say, or people, especially people that you live with. So you have the King of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords, and you have the Empress. Mother, father energy is very significant. Of course, they're platonic friendships. Maybe you're the mother or you're the father. You're definitely laying the law down here, Sag, in some sort of way, okay? Like I said, be careful, because other people could take it as an attack or like a negative way of handling the situation. So choose very carefully, Sagittarius. Let's have a look at Aries. Aries at 55 minutes and 30 seconds. Aries at 55 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? Aries, let's see what's here for you, Aries. You've got that a major, something about your midpoint in astrology, your midheaven. So, you know, if you know astrology, go check that out, like go find out what that means for you at this time. You've got that 0 degrees in your sign on the 20th. As a complete cosmic reset. How do you feel, Aries? Being the center of attention right now, how do you feel? Okay. Okay, so we have acceptance. It came out sort of like on the side, Aries. So you're accepting like the way things are right now. You could be accepting that someone was not the right person for you, or, you know, that person had some sort of ulterior motive. He looks pretty sneaky. Looks like he's like rubbing his hands together, trying to get away with something. I don't think this is you, Aries. I think this is people you're dealing with. You are accepting some people for what they have, or the way they're being right now. Maybe like kids, because they're still growing and like maturing and trying to understand things that are in their life and a big world out there, and it's very, very hard for kids at this dawn. Sound like an old lady, but it's true. But then you're not accepting the way someone else is behaving. So you could be dealing with quite a few people here, if they're mature enough to know better, okay? Let's have a look and see what we have. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Nine of Cups. I do feel that there's like there's a knowing here that who you want to give your time and attention to and who you don't. The Nine of Cups came up in reverse. This can be a selfish energy, the Nine of Cups. I feel it's not your energy, Aries. I feel it's people you're dealing with. You're very understanding of who you're accepting and who you're not, basically. In your friendships, in family, in your career related, anyone in your social circle, right? And, you know, the Nine of Pentacles, you're very aware, you're very cautious. There's mother energy here as well, okay? You could be the mother, right? You could, okay, so you got the Page. You could have, if you're a mother or a father, all right, you could have like your children really testing you at this this time, like big time, okay? And you're like, you know better, you don't. Okay, you know better, but you don't. You're too like young to understand this, but you're not, you know better. So it's that type of energy. It's that type of energy, and being that leader for your kids, and being that mentor, being that teacher to like help them understand what's right and what's wrong, okay? But you're not going to accept something from someone, okay? Someone may be trying to get some beef on you, some information as well at this time. The candle just went a bit crazy. And the Three of Wands is here, which is like putting someone else on the right track. So it's almost like a cruel to be kind energy, Aries, that you're going to have to deal with other people around you, okay, at this time. Probably, like I said, kids or family members. All right, let's have a look at Leo, and Leo at 59 minutes and 15 seconds. Let's have a look, Leo. What's this eclipse in Aquarius main energy, this new moon eclipse in Aquarius mean for you? Thank you, Queen. Okay, what does this Leo new moon eclipse mean for you? Okay, you have transformation, amazing, okay, and trust. Wow. So you're really trusting in spirit here, but in a very graceful way, I want to say, Leo, and you're embracing the transformation and trusting all will be well. So there could be something you're going through, especially with anyone in platonic relationships, like I've been saying to every sign, because this new moon in Aquarius is all about friendships, family members, work colleagues. It's not about romance, so don't want to go there, okay? So you got the transformation card. A lot could have changed for you in 2025. You could have already started your spiritual journey, awakening, ascension. You're having a lot of trust in spirit that just whatever is sort of like is going to bring, whatever's coming in is coming in. So you've got the Six of Swords, very, very nice. This is like a very balanced mental energy. You're focusing on your finances, you're focusing on your foundation, your security here, and you're also a little guarded. I want to say, you know, don't be too guarded. There could be a female figure in your life as well that is like a little bit too focused on material things and not necessarily, and you're not understanding it maybe, okay? Maybe you're going to talk to that person. Let's see what else we have. A lot of the signs had a lot of people. There is a couple of people. If you've got earth signs around you, okay, as well, because you're a fire sign, Leo, right? So, but I've only got this one card of fire energy for you. And it's the Nine of Wands, which is building a wall and expecting the worst to happen. So don't do that, Leo, when you're communicating with other people. The Chariot's in the upright. You know, Spirit's saying you're on the right path. You're on this spiritual journey. You are changing on a mental level. Perhaps the way you process information or talk to others. So it's like, this is like a practice for you at this time to be able to say, okay, we've got an eclipse new moon. Let's see how I deal with other people, okay? I think you may want to like retreat though. You got the Hermit energy. You're following your dreams, your star in that lantern, and you have some sort of idea on what that means for you, Leo. You have the Ace of Wands. So this is definitely a time of manifesting more with like new moon energy more than the eclipse energy with releasing. I do feel for you. You have, because you have the Page of Wands and the Fool card at the bottom of the deck, okay? Travel could be indicated in the near future. Three of these cards, actually four, the Six of Swords, the Chariot, the Fool, and the Page of Wands are all about travel, okay? So that could be coming up for you. You could be really focused on that, right? Obviously, not for everyone. Let's do the last three signs. We're going to start with Gemini. Okay. Gemini at 1 hour and 3 minutes, I think we'll do. 1 hour and 3 minutes for Gemini. 1010 is on screen. Have a look, Gemini, what's here for you for this new moon eclipse in Aquarius. You have birthing. I can't show this card. I'm just going to put a cover on that, okay? This is very interesting. I talked about this, I'm pretty sure, in one of my shorts I did today, which is not released yet. That will be tomorrow. That will come out tomorrow morning for me, tonight for you guys. This is the number 6, but I talked about that, and I talked about the analogy of what an eclipse and a new moon mean when they're together. And like I said, it's like the mother energy when she's birthing something, which is the release for her, but it's also bringing in a new thing at exactly the same time she releases, and it's actually the same thing. So she's releasing the baby, but she's meeting the baby, right? So it's almost like you're hold on a second, let me just pick up on the energy of this, because it's very contradicting. So we've got that birthing of something, and then you're creating something new from it. It could even be a relationship that you have with a platonic family, friend, or work member, okay, where things may have been difficult, right? Because the labor is difficult, right? But it's creating something into something completely different. So you're doing that possibly with a person or a situation where you're getting something and you're making it work to your benefit here. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm just going to put that card over there so it's not in the camera, or else YouTube will, you know, do its thing. Let's have a look and see what else is here for Gemini. So you're birthing or rebirthing something new into being. And it's been hard work, like up to this process. It's like the final push, right? The final push. And you have the strength to get through this, all right? Because you have spirits help Gemini with something. So you've got a lot of spiritual strength. And it has a lot to do with a new beginning. It's like you're ready to release. It's been hard work the past, I'm hearing 10 years. It's just been really hard. And now you're wanting to focus on something new. There could be children around you, especially if you're a parent or a sibling of these children. There's young children here. You could be supporting them with something spiritual. You could even be praying for them about something, okay? There's a lot of spiritual energy here, probably the most out of all the signs for you. You could be getting a significant download or paranormal encounter, who knows? Don't be scared, Gemini. Okay, you could be getting past life messages as well, or dreams here with these 2 pages about what you need to do and how you need to move forward. I do feel that you're getting some answers here, Gemini. You're getting a lot of clarity about what you want, especially for your family, all right? Especially in regards to family or travel or any sort of like contracts with others involved. Very nice, very nice. Libra is next. We're going to do Aquarius last. Okay, Libra is next at 1 hour, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. Libra. Let's see what's here for Libra for this time of the eclipse. Oh, I like this. Okay. You're just going with the flow here, Libra, here. You've got a lot of growth coming up for you, and you're being very positive of mind with the eclipse, right? You're more so like wanting to bring in the new, and you're ready for it, and there's a lot of joy and laughter and happiness here, okay, Libra? Let's have a look and see what comes out with that. This could be family happiness as well, feeling very secure, grounded. Whatever's been difficult, I do feel Libra is definitely coming to an end. If there's been any conflict, it's coming to an end. You may be very clear or speak your claim or say your piece with someone in quite a strong way. There's thunder there. Pisces have some thunder in their reading. So you're being very firm, okay? The world energy, some sort of new opportunity coming your way. You've got strong Leo energy here, Libra, so you could have a Leo rising or a Leo sun, depending upon, you know, what your sign or where it lies as a Libra. The 2 of Pentacles, this is going with the ups and downs of life, the ebbs and flows, the understanding of it, needing to probably drop something in your life to make more room for happiness or make more room for your family or friends, okay? You've got the World, so some sort of new opportunity that you're going to be dedicated to here, Libra. This is really nice. Something's going to make you really happy. You have the Seven of Swords. Be very strategic, especially around friends. When the Three of Cups comes up, it's very much so like friendships. There's something possibly about envy or jealousy. I hope that's not you, Libra, okay? And there's something here about just being very careful with how you move in and around your friendship circles and what you say and what you're believing as well. We have the Magician. Very quickly, you've gone back to recreating and not worrying about other people here. There may be something that happens, you know, it's a minor thing though, because these are minor arcanas, and then you're slipping back and being dedicated, which is good. And what is that noise? You're being dedicated to create whatever it is you want to bring in for yourself. A lot of spiritual strength. You've got the 2 cards. There's a new contract here coming up for you as well, with other people involved. 3 of Pentacles. Both of these cards have got the infinity symbols on, right? So this is about really like being focused, super hyper focused here on getting in touch with spirit and bringing in exactly what it is you want. I'm going to say for you though, Libra, it could be a little bit of just you do you, Libra. Don't worry about what other people are saying or doing at this time, okay? Aquarius, you are next and the last reading today. Thank you guys for being here on live with me. 1 hour and 10 minutes for Aquarius. We're going to do 1 hour and 10 minutes exactly for Aquarius. Okay. Thank you, Queen and Aquarius. What does Spirit have for you for this eclipse in your sign, this new moon in your sign? You are the last today. We have freedom, okay? If there has been a situation involving others, especially family, friendships, or anything to do with career, or any bosses, anyone in authority that has not given you some sort of freedom, or you've not allowed yourself the freedom, or you've been under some sort of duress or control of another, you are releasing that at this time, okay? So that's really, really good, obviously, but they may cause certain like things to be said, or you to need to act to gain this freedom, okay? 6 of Swords, mental balance, coming into a time of more understanding. You have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Empress, which is Libra, Taurus energy. You've got double Taurus here. You may have it somewhere in your chart. You're actually moving away from a place of not being independent and free to being free. There's strong I'm moving out vibes. Okay, I'm not going to tell you to go move out of your parents' home or anything like that, but that's very strongly coming up, that you're ready to relocate or go to somewhere super new, okay? You have the King of Swords. You could be dealing with an Aquarius yourself, like yourself, or Gemini, or a Libra. This is you being very focused though, okay? This is you being very determined of like what path, what road you're taking. You could even be wanting to go back to the past or a past situation or a past place. There's a lot here about family. There's a lot here about past lives, possibly ancestry, things like that. You could be very interested in ancestry, right? Where you came from, like who your ancestors were. You could be connecting with ancestors through your dreams or even your prayers. You could also be dealing with a mother figure here, or you could be the mother or the father of children, because we have, like, you know, the 6 of Cups. It's very much so a family energy. Okay. Whatever you have to say, especially if kids are involved, they may not be very forthcoming for whatever you have to say to them, okay, or support that you want to give to them at this time. There may be conflict, Aquarius, so just be aware of that, especially if it involves kids. There's a need here for you to be very patient with others and yourself at this time. But you know, I feel a very strong maturity, especially with that King of Swords. And you also have, and the Empress, and you have the Chariot here. So Spirit's saying you're on the right track with something here around this time. It's quite, it's a very mature energy for you. It's like, I've got this type of thing. And you have, thank you guys for being online today. I really appreciate you being here. I will be on live again tonight, okay, at 6 p.m. New York Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all for being here. Bye.